Well, welcome back, schmucks, to the RZW Smackdown. It's that time again. When we get to sit down and actually contemplate just how horrible you guys are at fantasy football and laugh ourselves silly. That's right. It's another outstanding edition of the RZW Smackdown. And Jay, these guys make this video easier and easier to write every single week. So let's get right to it, Jay, with a recap of how this embarrassing loss, yours that is, to the newly married, Dave's Cruise Control.
Well, Rob, all I can really do is give a big fuck you to my receiving corps. That includes you, Roddy White, Kendall Wright, and Brian Quick. This performance was so fucking bad that I'm starting to wonder if Dave's uber-rich new daddy-in-law didn't pay off certain members of my squad to perform poorly as a wedding gift to Dave. So, Dave, really, I need to know, are any of your new in-laws Freemasons by any chance? Hashtag Illuminati?
Moving on to what is truly a fucking train wreck, and that would be Raj being dismantled by Ryan's "My year is over, but nobody told my team" this week, to the tune of 130.2 to 115.3. The real train wreck here, Jay, is the fact that Raj had Andre Johnson sitting on his bench when he finally decided to break his everlasting TD drought, which is why Ryan thinks he has a team and, frankly, has a chance.
Which he has none, neither. None. None of those things does Ryan have. So moving on. Deldre. Bro. Dude. You didn't even fucking break 100 points this week, dude. Thus allowing the goddamn Hamburglar to get a fucking win.
Cheeseburgers?
Dude, Deldre, you fucking disappoint me, dude. Alright? And now you maybe understand why you're called Black Sparkler instead of Black Dynamite. Pathetic. Scott, look, you may have gotten a win here, but the fact that Antone Smith was on your bench while Hawkins was allowed to keep stinking up your lineup with a big fat goose egg shows that unless you're playing one of your Vagina Division sisters, you are outclassed, outmanned, and, well, out everything except out-eaten.
Get in my belly!
Clearly, except out-eaten. 0-5, Jimmer. 0-5. You are now 0-5 all-time against the champ. I will say you put up a somewhat decent number this week, although it was below your weekly average. And since you know you're going to have to post your best number of the season when facing the champ, I got to think fear and intimidation won the day here, Jay. Well, and that and the 85.8 points scored between my Gio Bernard, my man crush Jordy Nelson, and of course my keeper Demaryius Thomas, that is. Maybe next time, Jimmer. Maybe next time.
Does your head fit on your shoulders still?
Just barely.
Like
just
bobbly,
barely.
Just a little bit. Are you getting as bobbly as our trophy? Perchance?
You mean this trophy, Jay? This one?
That would be the one right there. Fuck you. All right, goddamn trump card. All right, well, we're gonna move on here. Brad's AJ Unchained. Look, congratulations on your second win of the season, Brad. I hope you enjoy both of the wins that you'll get for the year, because that'll be it right there. You just faced Eric during his great collapse. Speaking of Eric, how is that kicker in the 5th round strategy treating you about now, bud? Look, not even Peyton Manning is going to save this dumpster fire of a team. I hope you're ready for more of the same, man, because honestly, you got a Nomad Division opponent coming up this week, and you're just going to get slapped around, and, well, yeah, that's just what's going to happen. You're going to lose again. So, now, before we move on to this week's matchups, I got to point something out here. While I was, looking at the league site, looking at stats to write this glorious piece of shit talk, I realized something. And that is that every single guy in the glorious Nomad Division, well, all but one, anyway, have more total points this season than every single girl in the Vagina Division. Rob, do you happen to know who that one guy in the Nomad Division that just can't seem to keep up is?
Well, if I had to guess, Jay, I would put it squarely on the shoulders of the Chumpion and his merry band of chumpettes.
That is absolutely true. It's Raj, the Chumpion. Yes, Raj is the only member of the Great Nomads who has less points than some of the Vegas bitches. But here's the actual hard truth that the Vagina Division needs to comprehend and wrap their heads around, is that Raj, our lowest scorer, is only 30 points behind the Vagina Division's highest scorer. So I guess what the point I'm trying to make here, guys, is that you really do suck. And great job keeping pace with last year's champion.
Yeah, nice job, chumps. Okay, so let's move on to this week's matchups. Well, Brad was actually able to beat a team that scored less than 60 points last week and moved on to an impressive 2-4 record. So well done there, Brad. Well done. However, your elation will be short-lived, sir, as the 5-1 champ is coming to Bradville this week and will put you back in your place. And without the likes of LaShawn McCoy, who's on bye week, and A.J. Green, who has some sort of foot injury, without those guys to make this matchup even remotely competitive, it's going to be a bloodbath, Jay. It's going to be a true bloodbath.
Speaking of entertainment, if y'all are looking for entertainment this weekend, why don't you come on down to Pound Town, see what a good skull fucking looks like. Just the fact that my opponent's team name is My Year Is Over, this alone gives us an idea of the defeat and the embarrassment that Mr. Early must feel on a weekly basis as he clicks submit and puts in his pathetic, piss-poor lineup. It kind of really just gives us a window into the soul of his whole team. Don't worry, Rye Guy. I promise to use plenty of KY this week while my team's just doing unspeakable things to yours. Plenty of KY.
Plenty of KY. Scotty, after last week, I know you're probably giddy as a fat little schoolgirl on endless tater tot day in the cafeteria.
You and that 15 cheeseburger eating motherfucker Rico Suave looking, go on, because you ain't beating nobody. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that was a good one.
That's right.
15 cheeseburgers.
Hang on, check this shit out. Hey, can I get 15 half-eaten cheeseburgers to go?
I just hope you don't try and eat the pain away while the gymmer proceeds to kick the ever-loving shit out of you. Good luck winning with a goose egg in your lineup this week, you cute little chubby fucker.
I think we have a new nickname, perhaps even a new team name for Scott, Rob? Is that what I'm hearing here?
Yeah, it's hard to beat the Hamburglar, but it's close.
Cute little chubby fucking Hamburglar?
That's something.
We're on to something. So moving on. Eric, I know I've said this 1,568,012 times. But honestly, for me, it's never going to get old. I told you so.
What kind of person to say I told us so?
But you know what? I told her so. I told her so.
You guys want to hear the Stone Cold Lock of the Week? Eric's dumpster fire will continue to burn as he gets bitch slapped by the newlywed Clark fucking Griswold.
Yeah, I kind of see that happening myself. Bitch slapping. How bad is it when you lose to Team Trainwreck? Well, after this week, we can all ask Deldre. As a matter of fact, Deldre, consider this an open invitation to come on the Smackdown next week and let us know what it's like to get boned by the worst. Hey, maybe you and the rest of the Vages from Vegas can start a support group. Call it the Gash Group.
Boom!
Boom. And that's going to do it for this week's RZW Smackdown. I hope you've all enjoyed yet another week of being told how much you suck, because we just can't stress that fact enough. Until next week, keep sucking. We out.
Fantasy, football, fantasy, football, fantasy.
Like an end zone that ends in a waterfall.
A shower that showers you in tiny footballs.
It's a football fantasy like no other.
Like having a best friend that's your quarterback brother. Fantasy, football, fantasy, football, fantasy. If you like football and you like fantasy football.